number 16, Ivan Bogart. Assist to number 8, Drew Kesnick. Assist to number 45, Brandon Todd. penalty against the Falcons, number 6, Matt Rubino, for holding. It's a 30-second penalty. Titans goal by number 12, Luke Majik. Assist by number 50, Ethan Cummings. To the Falcons, number 36, Daniel Amos, for delay of game. That's 30 seconds.
coming to the Detroit Mercy side of the field. There's a shot and a score.
Falcons goal. Number 45, Brandon Dodd.
Well, we're already in the first quarter, and Brandon has got the hat trick. The last 3 goals have been scored by Brandon Dodd for the Falcons. Gives him 32 on the season.
Timeout is called by the Titans.
And we have a timeout called by Detroit Mercy. We'll take one as well. You see the time remaining. Air Force leading it by the score of 4-2. You're watching Air Force Lacrosse. This is Falcon Vision. Brandon Dodd with 3 goals for Air Force this afternoon. And Matt Rubino adding the tally. That is the scoring summary for Air Force. And for Detroit Mercy, Ivan Progar and Luke Majic scoring for the Titans. See the time remaining in the first period. Falcons have enjoyed a very successful season here at home. As we mentioned, they are 4-1. Only loss coming to Utah. As we get ready for the face-off. A couple of face-off violations already in this contest. I think the Falcons, what they want to do is just want to keep doing what they're doing, but just get better at it. And certainly, as we've been seeing throughout the year, they have played solid defense. Bounced back nicely after the Utah game in defeating Cleveland State. Upset loss to Bellarmine in Louisville, Kentucky last weekend. And we're still battling for that face-off. Sticks flying, and now they got possession. And it will go to the Falcons as they will attack the Detroit Mercy side of the field. Brandon Dodd lets one fly, but that's going to be wide. That is Josh Yago picking it up for the Falcons. Ethan Grandolfo with a touch. Up to Peen. That is Gavin Peen. Brother West now with the ball as he tries to get towards goal. And I think that's Wes Peen. Wes Peen drives it home.
Number 56, Wes Peen.
And the Falcons on a 3-goal run right now, making it 5-2 for Wes. That will be goal number 13 on the 2023 campaign. This is exactly what I think the Falcons want to do. Just start turning it on, keep that pedal down, and win this one and keep their position in the ASUN Conference intact. Here is Detroit Mercy, who will get the ground ball on the attack. This is Ethan Howell who brings it across. Howell on the long stick defenseman.
Timeout is called by the Titans.
And the Titans will call their second timeout of the quarter. So we will take one as well, as you see the Air Force Falcons leading it by the score of 5-2. You're watching Air Force Lacrosse. This is Falcon Vision. Falcons with a 3-goal run, and that accounts for the score that you see, 5-2. As Detroit Mercy has called their second timeout of the quarter and have possession of the ball. Try to penetrate. Drew Kesnick with a touch. Attack maybe that right side of the Falcon goal. Detroit Mercy being very deliberate on their offense right now. They know the kind of defense they are facing here. There's no doubt about that. Falcons can be, as we have seen throughout the season here at home, they have just been very, very tough on the D side. And I think just about almost any sport, they say it always starts with the defense. There's a shot, and that is high and wide. 25 left to go on the shot clock. Kesnick, number 8, bringing it into play. Ball gets loose on another shot attempt. Once again, Detroit Mercy. Kesnick, as he'll be D'd up by Tommy Hellman. Another shot that gets high and wide. They're probably going to have to dump this one off. They've only got 3 on the shot clock, so look for them to just kind of relinquish the ball. Unless they hope for a miracle. Kind of a catch and shoot. Yep, that's what they'll do. So turnover will go to the Falcons on the shot clock violation. And the Falcons will bring it into play. Jason Rose retrieving it from behind the goal. Little stoppage of play. Reset. Yep, that's what they were calling for. Reset on the shot clock. And here come the Falcons. Leading them by the score of 5-2. Jason Rose now coming out to work that ball around. Substitution coming in now for Air Force. It'll be Ethan Howell, number 18, who checks in. Bill Wilson trying to direct traffic on the sideline, calling out to his offense. Hunter Panzik directing traffic right now for Air Force as he cradles it. Setting it up from behind the goal. And they have a turnover called against Air Force as you get a look. 29 for Detroit Mercy calling for the ball. He thought he was wide open. That was Harold Skinner who was trying to get a look. Titans in possession of the ball, trying to break that 3-goal drought, if you will. Trying to break that string of 3 consecutive goals by Air Force. And this one is Aiden Snow trying to get something going, but the turnover will go to Air Force. And again, Mr. Rose comes up big for the Falcons. Number 30 for Air Force, Blake Boyd working it around. See the time remaining in the first period. Falcons getting another strong performance from Brandon Dodd. He's been doing it all year. 3 goals already in the quarter. There's Gavin Peen getting a little attention. Number 24. 16 seconds left to go in the first period. And a turnover will be for Air Force with 10 seconds left to go in period number 1. Jeffrey Orman along with you from the United States Air Force Academy, the practice field for the Air Force Academy lacrosse team. There's Payne, Might have a few seconds left to go, and ground ball, and I think that is going to do it. At the end of the first quarter, Falcons lead by one after one period of play by the score of 5-2. You're watching Air Force Lacrosse. This is Falcon Vision. Back once again here at the United States Air Force Academy, Saturday afternoon, snow-covered fields and a perfect day for rugby. And that's exactly what's going on in the fields of friendly strife surrounding the Falcon field, or the Falcon lacrosse field. All sorts of activity going on. As always, we want to send out a special greeting to those of you in Detroit that are maybe watching our streaming broadcast here from the Air Force Academy, as well as to our Air Force alums. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday afternoon. Nice to have you with us. 5-2 the score here as we start the second quarter of play. Getting word from the ASUN Conference that if the Falcons win today and Robert Morris loses, then the Falcons have clinched a playoff spot. And the Falcons certainly doing their part right now, as the Falcons will be now moving from right to left. That will be from south to north here at the lacrosse field. Ground ball, and it's picked up and secured by Air Force. They do have possession. And that was picked up by Chris Bardak. Was Peen as he works it into the Mercy side of the field. Just kind of, don't want to get careless, just kind of setting up the play. Off to Gavin. He says, little brother, you take it. Being picked up behind the goal by Kyle Loken. Gavin Peen still with it. Is he going to try a shot? Nope, they're going to set it up. Continue to set it up. There's Brandon Dodd behind the net. You're really paying some attention. Well, Brandon says, I'm going to fire one anyway. Why not?
Number 45, Brandon Dodd.
Brandon Dodd with his fourth goal of the game. Falcons have now scored the last 4 goals, and it is now 6-2. Have to do a little research here, but I think Brandon, we'll check with our Lacrosse Sports Information Director, Marcus Rodriguez. He has had, check the season high for Brandon Dodd. Is it 7 goals? Here we go with the face-off. Brandon already has 4 today. Falcons certainly doing their job today, no question about that. Trying to lock up a playoff spot. Need a little bit of help, but right now it's Falcons pretty much tremendous 4-goal outburst. That's really what has been the story so far. And Brandon Dodd having a big afternoon for Air Force. Here's Detroit Mercy. Trying to find the back into the net for the first time since goodness knows when in the first quarter. They have a look here. Kesnick. Notice the Falcons dropping back near that goal. Thou shalt not score seems to be the mantra. Off they go to number 12. That's Magic. And a shot and a score. And that might be. Luke Magic finally breaks the drought for Detroit Mercy. That should be Luke's second of the day, and it is. So the Titans have the score by this, making it a 6-3 game. And Wilson having a chat with somebody out there. Ground ball, and the possession will go to Air Force. This is one of the things I think the Falcons really want to try to improve on is face-off opportunities. Here come the Falcons on the attack. Off to number 6, that is Matt Rubino. He scored the first goal of the afternoon for Air Force. Rubino being checked out by the long stick. Outside they go, working around the perimeter. Vransky looks like he might have a attempt. Instead goes to Ethan Grandolfo, back to Vransky. Ball is loose, he picks it up. 25 on the shot clock. Brandon Dodd as he tried to set a pick for him. There's a shot that's going to be saved. Saved, and Detroit Mercy will come up with the ball as the Titans go the other way. Time on the shot clock. Detroit Mercy trying to get a little bit of a run going and make this game a little bit more interesting. Won't happen though, as the Falcons will retrieve on the backside. It's James Chastain who should have it. Falcons with the clear. Rich, first time I had a chance to call his name today. He'll now come out of the match as a substitution is made by Air Force head coach Bill Wilson. The Peen brothers have a little exchange. And driving, here comes West to the right side. Shot and a score, and the Falcons answer Detroit Mercy rather nicely.
Number 56.
That's Wes Peen's second goal of the match. And for Wes, that's his 14th goal of the year. Falcons kick it up to a 7-3 score. Bishop with the ball now for Detroit Mercy. Now driving, This is a man that's already got 2 of them today. That's Majek. Kesnick now with it, trying to set it. Is Majek going to have an idea? Not quite. He's pretty well D'd up. Bernie with a touch. Mercy looking for the Detroit Mercy looking for their 3rd win of the year. We put them at 3-2 in conference play. Nice escape from a double team there as they try to get in front of the goal. Nothing doing there. And ground ball will work in favor of Air Force, and we'll get a fresh 80 on the clock as the defense comes through and trying to weave through traffic. Looked like a pretty nice little run through the ranks there. Ethan Howell with the cradle. I think you can probably hear through our mics the enthusiasm. We are right behind that Air Force bench. Might have a look here. No, Powell decides he wants to dish it off. Ethan Grandolfo will give it up. Corrazas. Shot goes wide. .28 on the shot clock. Try to set a pick. We're going to get a flag here. That was thrown rather vigorously. Here is Brandon Dodd as he looks for it. Shot is a little bit high. There's a follow-up shot and a score.
Number 6, Matt Rubino.
Matt Rubino with his 2nd goal of the day. And the Falcons now lead it by 5. Now let's see what the penalty is. It's going to be 1 minute. And if I'm hearing this correctly, it is going to be, well, let's wait and see. Let's get an official. Okay, it was a slashing penalty.
Penalty against the Titans, number 30, Noah Martin.
Noah Martin called with a slash. So the Falcons with another golden opportunity to score off them in a man up. They've already done it once today. Right, Mercy trying to reload and high ball, and we've got a 50-50 scramble for it, and ground ball will go to Air Force. Being double teamed and being, it's Daniel Hames who comes on the fly for Air Force. Do we have a stoppage of play? And we do. So the first timeout of the match being called by Air Force, which comes at the 7:15 mark before the intermission. Air Force leads it by the score of 8-3. You're watching Air Force Lacrosse. This is Falcon Vision. Brandon Dodd with 4 goals for Air Force. And a pair of goals for Matt Rubino and Wes Peen to round out the scoring for the Falcons. And for Detroit Mercy, they have a couple of goals by Luke Majek And a tally by Ivan Progar. Time remaining here in the first half. You see that on your screen. Falcons will have their final road trip of the year, and it'll be a big one as they'll be taking on Jacksonville and then finish up the season at home here against Robert Morris. Brandon Dodd with the ball. Throws it off to the right side, gets it right back. There is a shot that's going to go wide left. And the Falcons will retain. Setting up, there's a shot, and that was a nice save there as knocked away. Aiden Tolan attempting to make the tally, but Jacob Hemme making a good play. And Detroit Mercy coming on the attack. Falcons hoping for an errant ball here, as should be Detroit's ball. Ryan Burney. I think the Tights might have had the lead maybe once or twice today. They scored the opening goal. But the Falcons with a offensive outburst. Drew Kesnick working around. There's a look, there's a shot, and there's a score for Detroit. Detroit Mercy. Should be number 28, Nolan Grauman.
Assist goes to number 10, Aiden Bishop.
Bishop with the assist. And for the second time today, Detroit Mercy has halved the game. It's now 8-4. And for Grauman, that'll be his 12th goal of the year. Falcons get the face-off, get the ground ball. Drop in front. Josh Iago lets fly. That's going to be high and away. Air Force picks up the ground ball. Oh, well, here we go, folks. Do my eyes deceive me, or do I see snow flurries? Of course. Was P now with it. Off to Gavin. Gavin with a nice move. We will play on. I guarantee it, folks. Doesn't stop the snow flurries, don't stop the mailman. It won't stop the Falcons lacrosse team. There's a shot and a score. Gavin Payne.
Number 24, Gavin Payne.
Gavin Payne with goal number 10 on the 2023 campaign. Four different scores for the Falcons. Ground ball loose, still digging for it. They're still battling for it, and it's going to go to Air Force. Might have gotten a holding call, I think, if I read that official correctly. That would normally indicate a 30-second penalty, too, but I don't see anybody coming over there. But anyway, it is the Falcons. Here's Ethan Grandolfo on the run. So he gets a little push from behind. Josh Iago now in possession. Josh. Off now to Cooper Rich. Rich riding it around the right side. There's a shot and a score, and that'll be off the stick of number 14, Luke Rensky.
Number 14, Luke Brzezinski.
Luke Brzezinski puts the Falcons in double figures. And for Luke, that might be one of upperclassman has, let's see, that's his third goal of the year. So we've had a face-off violation. So Luke Versensky with his second goal of the year, and the Falcons expand the lead 10-4. Now Brandon Dodd getting some attention. He's right in front of the goal, and he puts it home. Point-blank shot, nothing to it.
Falcons goal. Number 45, Brandon Dodd.
Fifth goal of the game for Brandon Dodd, and now makes it a 12-4 game as the Falcons off on a 4-goal run this time. I think that's been the biggest run that they have had in this game. They've had a 4-goal run earlier when it was 2-2. Now with the score being 8-4, they've also taken off on another 4-goal run. .50-50 ball on the face-off. And possession will go to the Falcons. Check in front of the net. That one was a nice save. Reset the shot clock. Seems like the Falcons, even though they are up by 8 goals, they seem to want to kind of push that pedal down a little further. Aiden Tolan checking in. Looks like Aiden Tolan, Wes Peen, Josh Yago out there. Some activity in front of the net. Nothing doing. Save, and Detroit Mercy will get it. And a reset shot clock. Here's Ethan Grandolfo. He's knocked down from behind. Turnover will go to the Falcons. Gavin Peen out trying to set up the offense. Falcons with a strong first half showing so far. A couple of good runs. Like Wes Peen wanted to get another shot in. 50-50 ball in front of the net. Hall attracts quite the crowd. And it is going to be scooped up by the goalie. That is Jacob Hammy, who has it for Detroit Mercy. Looks like Hammy is being pulled from the goal right now. He better get back there because I think Air Force has got possession. Got a wide open goal mouth. Now he gets back. Falcons on the cradle. It's Wes Peen who has it. Brandon Dodd moving into possession. Here's Wes Peen with the ball, and they'll just kind of work the clock a little bit. 54 seconds left to go on the shot clock, and the Falcons comfortably on top. Gavin Peen with a fake. To Brandon Dodd. Back to Gavin. Is he going to try one going down low? He does, and nothing doing. Reset the shot clock. Hard shot. That got partially blocked. Brandon Dodd. Josh Yago tries to fire one from long range distance. Brandon Dodd picks it up. 68 seconds left to go here in the first half of play. Josh Yago working it around. Titans packing the front part of that goal. Falcons with a couple of 4-goal runs in this match have extended it to 12-4. Here's a ground ball. Gavin Peen. Brandon Dodd, who's going to get the look? I think Josh Yago is going to let fly. Josh Yago.
Falcons goal. Number 10, Josh Yago.
Josh Yago getting into the scoring parade. He is out of Denver, prepped at Arvada West. Falcons with a 5-goal run now. And for Josh, that's his 13th goal of the season. Falcons having their way here in the first half of play. First 30 have gone all Air Force right now. Detroit Mercy trying to stop the onslaught in some way, shape, or form. Maychek, who already has 2 goals with carry. Look at that Air Force defense. They're just riding him, shoulder him. Ball is loose, and that is going to do it for the first half of play as the Falcons are on top by the score of 13-4. We'll take a look at the halftime statistics and highlights as well. When we return right after this, you're watching Air Force Lacrosse. This is Falcon Vision.
During the halftime, that's located in the northeast.
Well, there you see the halftime score as the Air Force Academy Falcons in the first half of play, totally taking control of this game over the Detroit Mercy Titans. And the big guns came out firing, and there he is, number 45, Brandon Dodd. That is the first of 5 goals he would have in this half. And just to make sure it wasn't a fluke, how about another one? But he had a little bit of help from his friends. Matt Rubino, who got the opening score of the game, contributes. It's a Brandon Dodd highlight film right here in the first half. Yeah, I can do it anywhere. 5 in the first half for Brandon Dodd. Matt Rubino also chips in with a pair. There's one of them right there. Gets an assist from Brandon Dodd, and then Matt Rubino lets fly with his second goal of the match. Again, Brandon Dodd with the assist. And then Josh Yago, just before the close of the first half, he lets fly from the right side. And the Falcons rolling by the score of 12-4 as they return home from a 2-game road trip. We'll take a look at the first half stats when we return right after this. You're watching Air Force Lacrosse right here on Falcon Vision. Taking a quick look at the first half stacks. Shots by period. Air Force leads in that department 30-13. Ground balls, Air Force 19 to Detroit Mercy's 8. In the faceoff department, Detroit Mercy 10 of 18. Falcons 8 of 18. Clears 5 for 7 for Detroit Mercy, and Air Force 9 for 9. Saves by period, 11 by Detroit Mercy, 4 by Air Force, and the turnovers 10 by Detroit Mercy and only 4 for Air Force. But the Falcons lead it by the score of 12-4. We take another break, and we'll be back with more of the second half when we return right after this. You're watching Air Force Lacrosse. This is Falcon Vision. Back once again as we get ready to start the second half of play between the Air Force Academy Falcons and the Detroit Mercy Titans. While we have a moment, let's salute and recognize some of our other Falcon athletes. National Collegiate Boxing Association Tournament taking place in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, and fighting for titles tonight. National titles, Walker Morris in the 195-pound class, along with heavyweight Victor Benitez. They are both defending champions. Luke Kohok, along with Jacob Mendoza and Leo Camacho. And we have a score right off the top.
Let's go. Number 27, Mitchell Greenwald.
Nicholas Greenwald, Mitchell Greenwald with a goal. Well, no sooner do we blink than we miss it, right? So there you go. And the Falcons off to a 13-4 start. Ground ball, and I think that might be Mitchell's first goal of the season, and it is. So Mitchell Greenwald kicks it off to 13-4. Getting back to some of our athletes that we are recognizing. We've already mentioned some of the cadet boxers that will be fighting for national titles tonight in the National Collegiate Boxing Association Tournament, Charlotte, North Carolina. Madigan Starr will represent the women along with Aaliyah Marlett. Mac Lucas will also be fighting for titles. And on the men's side, Walker Morris defending his national 195-pound crown, along with Victor Benitez. So congratulations to all of our Falcon boxers. Good luck tonight. And hopefully we'll bring home a bunch of national titles. In baseball, the Falcons have now won 5 in a row as they defeated Nevada last night by the score of 7-2. They've now won 7 of their last 10. Falcons on the attack. They ended by the score of 13-4. Just underway here in the second half of play here at the Lacrosse field at the United States Air Force Academy. Those snow flurries have now gone away, which is a good thing. Got a flag, I think. Let's see what we have here. It's going to be on Detroit Mercy. It's an unnecessary roughness call.
Penalty to the Titans, number 44, Sean Kennedy, unnecessary roughness. That's 1 minute penalty.
And that will be a 1-minute violation. So it's exactly what Detroit Mercy doesn't need right now, is to give the Falcons a man-up advantage.
Falcons goal.
Just like that.
Number 5, Aiden Tolan.
Aiden Tolan with a goal.
45, Brandon Dodd.
Brandon Dodd with an assist. He's got a plethora of points today. Falcons on a 6-0 run here, going back to the first half. Welcome home, lads. Detroit Mercy has it. Falcons with a big road game next week as they'll be heading down to the Sunshine State to take on Jacksonville. And they right now are building up some tremendous momentum for that match. Falcons probably get a good look at a lot of players. Jason Rose still in the net for the Falcons right now here in the third period. Detroit Mercy trying to break the drought. Can't do it. And that'll be cleared out by the Falcons. Fresh set on the clock. And here is Tommy Hellman, who will bring it into the, I want to say the forecourt. Not quite. Falcons allowed Detroit Mercy the first goal of the game. I think they actually had a 2-1 lead, and then the Falcons just, no pun intended, took off. Hunter pans it with a touch. Here's Hunter driving. Thought maybe he might try one there. Falcons getting those big runs, 4 goals, and now they have gone on a 6-goal run. There's a shot. That one goes a little wide. As you get a shot of Ethan Howell, number 18, your picture. Good stop. Detroit Mercy will have possession of the ball as they try to clear. Coming on the Falcons side of the field. Air Force double teaming. Falcons in 3rd place in the ASUN Conference standings. And having a pretty solid afternoon. Good double team by Air Force. Well, they're getting a Detroit Mercy trying to get in the. Aiden Bishop got a little taste of that Falcon D. Thought I heard somebody yell timeout, but I don't think it was on this side of the field. There's a shot. That's high. Jason Rose clears, or gets it for Air Force. Now Air Force on the clear. Ground ball. And here's a look, a shot. And that one is going to be wide left as number 41, Connor Albertson, let fly. 4th classman. I think we're going to get some more substitutions coming in for Air Force as Bill Wilson giving some instructions. There's a shot in the corner, and it is good. Number 5, Aiden Tolan gets his 2nd consecutive goal of the match. And the Falcons have got the burn on now. 7 straight goals scored by Air Force. Getting unofficial word, and I think it is official now, that Robert Morris did win their game today. So Falcons doing their job. Build that mo. Carry that into the Jacksonville game. Here is a turnover. Here comes Detroit Mercy. Ooh, that was close. It could have been. I think we might have gotten a slash and a 1-minute call called on Air Force. I was kind of watching that one all the way. So somebody was naughty. We'll be on Air Force. Oh, they're going to call a trip. Be 1 minute.
Penalty to the Falcons, number 17, Chris Bardak, for a trip.
All right, Chris Bardak. I thought maybe they might call for a slash, but it is a trip. No matter. It's 1 minute. And Detroit Mercy will try to take advantage on a man-up situation. Detroit Mercy 1 for 2 in that department. Can they capitalize? Just working that ball around. That pass looked like it was going to be a little wide. It is, and it's going to be a turnover to Air Force as the ground ball is scooped up by the Falcons. That's Tommy Hellman who will bring it into the Detroit Mercy side of the field. Shot is high. That's Tommy Hellman in your picture. Tri-captains here at Air Force. Tommy working it around towards the right side. Alexander Stepney with a touch. Falcons getting a chance to look at a lot of folks. There's Alexander tossing it back. Cooper Rich. Falcons pretty much have this thing under control, even though we are in the third period. Just had some big offensive runs. There's a look, a shot, and no score. I think Brandon Dodd, possible 6th goal. Good save by Detroit Mercy. .23 on the shot clock. Once again, they work that ball into the Detroit Mercy side. Stepney. There's a shot. That goes high and wide. It was Brandon Dodd who let fly with that one. Number 45 in your picture there. I think Brandon's calling for the ball. He's all by himself out there. Don't want to leave him alone, do you? And that one hits the post, so a ground ball will come to Air Force. It has been a Falcon day to be sure. After a 2-game road trip, coming back to the home field, and they have responded in kind as you see the score. There's a ball that's almost getting away, but it'll be picked up. Stepney. Randolfo. And now they turn it over, and here comes Detroit Mercy. Right now, they just like to break that drought. They've been outscored 7-0. At one point, it was 8-4, and then the Falcons just took off. There's a loose ground ball. Brandon Dodd has it. Another ground ball turnover. Stepney, as Wes Peen checks in, and Stepney will come out for the Falcons. Whole bunch of folks coming in. I think Bill Wilson bringing in his starting unit now. Aiden Tolan is in. There's a shot, and I think they just scored a goal.
Number 24, Gavin Peen.
Gavin Peen with another goal for the Falcons. That should be Gavin's 2nd of the game. His 11th of the year. Detroit Mercy has not scored since the first half, and they are just getting blitzed here. Violation called against Detroit Mercy. He'll afford to make any kind of mistakes at this point. I mean, Falcon just punching him right in the face. Which leads us to boxing tonight. Here's a shot off to the right side, or rather a pass off to the right side. Again, we want to wish all of our cadet boxers who are fighting for national titles the best of luck tonight. There's a shot and a score, I think. Yes. I think Tolan got it.
Falcons goal. Number 5, Aiden Tolan.
And you can give the hat to Aiden Tolan, who now has 3 on the day. I think we're going to get a goalie change for Detroit Mercy. And for the Falcons, they are now 1 goal away from tying their season high of 18, which they set against Queens of North Carolina. And let's see who subs in. That will be Tyler Hart, who is a senior. So Tyler Hart will be in goal now for Detroit Mercy. Falcons have scored 9 in a row, 9 goals in a row. And still playing tenacious defense, not letting up at all. Falcons have played exceptionally well on this field this year. There's no doubt about that. There's a shot, and nothing doing. Rose gets it. Off now to West Peen. Long pass downfield. This is Blake Boyd. We are still in the third period as you see the time remaining. Checking out for the Falcons is going to be Tommy Hellman. Matt Rosado coming in. On the long stick defense side. It was tight for the first couple of minutes of play, first maybe 3 minutes of play, and then the Falcons just let it go. There's a shot, and it's saved. There's a first save by Tyler Hart, number 1. Detroit Mercy on the move. Right now, they just like to see if they can break this drought. Case of playing under control right now, and Cole Gallatley now with the ball. Lots of time on the shot clock. No need to get into too much of a hurry. Nice push off. Nice, good long stick defense by number 34. That was Matt Rosado. Here's a turnover as a result. Here comes a lead pass, and this could be a 1-on-3, but he'll dish. Shot, and yes, sir. Another goal for Air Force.
Number 45, Brandon Dodd.
Brandon Dodd.
To number 44, Daniel Enoch.
That should be number 6 for Brandon. Falcons have now tied their season high for most goals scored. We mentioned that to you before. I'm going to take a wild guess and say they'll break it. Call me foolish. Face off, still got a 50-50 ball. Now it's going to go to Air Force. This might be the best offensive display of firepower I have seen by this Falcon team this year. Believe it or not, at one point, Detroit Mercy did have the lead. That was early, very early in the match. Who almost had a check there, and trying to work his way through traffic, and now he's going to try to go down low. Nope, it's going to be, looked like Kesnick was trying to be the hero there. Nice, good, tough, tight defense being played by the Falcons. Got a ground ball, belted from by Chris Bardak. He said, no, you're not getting that. Falcons trying to hold on to that playoff position. And I think it's a given that they will do that. They haven't secured anything yet because we got word that Robert Morris had to lose today. I think they picked up the W. So there's a shot, nothing there. I think they tried a cross pass, or they tried to get a maybe a follow shot by number 10, Aiden Bishop, but that wasn't going to happen. And it should be Falcons ball, I do believe.
Air Force 17 cross check, 1 minute.
I think we just got a penalty called.
Number 17, Chris Bardak. Cross check, 1 minute.
That'll be a 1 minute penalty assessed to Chris Bardak on the cross check. So Detroit Mercy again will have an opportunity to go try to score on a man up. It's only a 1-minute penalty. Good long stick defense being played by Air Force. Detroit Mercy would just like to see that, see if they can get one past Mr. Rose. Falcon defense with a lot of pride out there. Only 4 goals scored. Number 1 team in the conference and fewest points allowed. The Air Force Academy Falcons, you're seeing why today. High pass. There's a shot. Nothing doing. Jason Rose once again. What more can you say? Now it looks like we got a turnover. Ground ball now coming to Detroit Mercy. 43 seconds left to play in period number 3. I guess the question I have is Jason Rose going to go the distance, or will they insert Quinn Richards to finish out the game? We'll wait and see how that plays out. I think Quinn will get a little PT today, and it's not physical training. Get Jason ready for Jacksonville. Detroit Mercy trying to get a spin move. Look at that Falcon D. They try one and nothing doing. Jason Rose says, nope, I don't care if we're up by 14 goals. You're not getting anything on me. And we have a turnover. Jacksonville and Robert Morris to finish out the season for the Air Force Academy Falcons. So we have gone 3/4 of the way, and the Falcons comfortably in front by the score of 18-4. You're watching Air Force Lacrosse. This is Falcon Vision.
Session still available.
Okay. There's a look at Brandon Dodd, 9 points on the day. That is a career high for him. And we are going to have a change, as we predicted, with Quinn Richards now being in goal. He has 11 saves on the year, 52% save percentage for Quinn Richards. Absolutely. So the 4th quarter will be his. There you see him. Quinn, who obviously will inherit the duty next year, is a second-classman out of Farmington, Massachusetts. So we pretty much sweep the bench here, I guess would be the best way to put it. But for the record, the Falcons have scored 10 in a row. And you can probably hear the reaction from his teammates as Richards making the save in the net. Falcons will now have a perfect record against Detroit Mercy. 7 games, 7 victories for the Falcons. Shot. That goes wide right. And be retrieved by Detroit Mercy with 19 on the shot clock. Next broadcast will be in a couple of weeks when the Falcons will finish off their 2023 homestand against Robert Morris. Big game in Jacksonville next weekend. Huge game. Probably game of the year number 3. Here come the Falcons on the attack. Wines fires, nothing doing. And it's going to go over to Detroit Mercy as backup goalies being the order of the day right now. Tyler Hart in for the Detroit Mercy. He came a little bit earlier, and Quinn Richards going to finish it out for Air Force. They bump, they bang, they boom. And it's going to be the Titans with the ball. All they want to do right now is score a goal and break this drought. And I think the way the Falcons have been playing, they say, no, you're going to be held at 4. But Quinn Richards getting an opportunity to prepare a little bit for not only this year, but next. There's another stop by Quinn Richards. And Quinn will bring it out for the Falcons as Falcons will clear. That's Tommy Hellman who was bringing it across. We have not had a chance to talk to all 3 captains. We've had 2 of the 3 this year. And we may bring it, I think there's a shot and a score.
Falcons go. Number 14, Luke Brzezinski. Assist to number 10, Josh Yago.
That should be the second one of the day for number 14, Luke Brzezinski. And he's loving it as he acknowledges his teammates on the side. Falcons have now scored 11 straight. And, oh, by the way, that is now a new season high. Josh Yago working it around. So we've had some career highs in the person of Brandon Dodd. Getting a chance to look at some folks that we normally haven't had a chance to talk too terribly much about. Get a look at the backup goalie for the Air Force Academy Falcons, Quinn Richards. And all is right with the world here at the United States Air Force Academy with their lacrosse team. Falcons.
Falcons goal. Number 13, Cole Ressas. Assist to number 45, Brandon Dodd.
Well, Brandon Dodd continues to get some points, but he'll take a bow for Cole Ressas. I think that might be, check and see his numbers. Cole. Let's see, Cole Ressas, as we check his numbers, that's his first goal of the year. Think about the only drama left is, can Detroit Mercy get a goal? That's about the only thing left. Falcons, as we mentioned, will go 5-2 in conference play, 8-5 on the year. That assures them of a winning regular season anyway. But I got a feeling there'll be some more lacrosse to play after the regular season. Titans just working that ball around, and can they get it past Quinn Richards? It's not going to happen here. We have to believe that here's a outlet pass. There's a shot. Josh Yago. That might have been, it almost looked like Kalen Driggs now into the match for Air Force. It's pretty much everybody in the pool. Now there's a shot and a score. And that comes off the stick of Matt Rubino. And that should be a hat trick for Mr. Rubino. So I think we have 3 players who have scored hat tricks. Brandon Dodd, Matt Rubino. I'll make sure, I think Wes Pina's got one too. Aiden Tolan's got the other one, I beg your pardon. Do we have enough hats to pass around here? 21-4 now in favor of Air Force. 3 hat tricks by the Falcons today. Really kind of hard to pinpoint any one player. Certainly Brandon Dodd has had a day, but my gosh, has he had a lot of help from his teammates. It has just been a Falcon afternoon. And we still have 9:25 left to go. Season high in goals. Check something else here. Yeah, so far it's been a season low as far as allowing goals. Of course, you know what's going to happen here. Falcons just will not let them score, and I think they've got the ball. Mason Mager with the ball, and now the Falcons on the attack. Just a fun-filled afternoon for the Falcons right now. I'll tell you, the guys, the starters, they want these guys to score. You gotta love it, folks. You got your starters on the sideline, man. I think they're as enthusiastic as anybody. Come on, get it in there. .37 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Try to get it up high. Josh Yago working around. He may have a look. And that one is good save by the Titans goalie. It's Tyler Hart who picks it. See the time remaining here in the match. Detroit Mercy clearing. I think we've covered just about everything in this match today. So we'll just let you watch and enjoy. Look like a possible save. Richards. Might have had a crease violation call. Did I get that? Hear that correctly? Hope the Falcons can save some of this firepower for the Jacksonville game next week. Utah pretty much leading the pack. They're undefeated coming into today's play, and the aforementioned Jacksonville sitting in second. Well, who hasn't scored yet? Let's Oh, they're going to.
Falcons goal.
Hunter Panzik.
Number 42, Hunter Panzik.
I don't think he's scored today. Unreal. And for Hunter Panzik, that's his third goal of the year. And the Falcons on a 14-0 run as far as goals. Smiles all around out in front of us, that Falcon bench. That one picked up by Air Force. Well, let's go back to the formula. If they haven't scored, you're the only ones that are allowed to shoot. Just running out the time. Great day for the Falcons. Coming home after a 2-game road trip. That almost got past. I'll tell you what, I kind of like Tyler Hart. He's been playing a pretty solid game in relief of Jacob Hammy. He hasn't done too badly. Well, I guess if you can say after a 22-goal outburst. I don't know when he got pulled. There's another one that goes wide. We'll try to pick up the some of the players that are out there for Air Force. A lot of these guys probably haven't had a lot of opportunities to talk about them. Number 32 out there for the Falcons. That's Maxwell Kane. Samuel Gee is Ryan Stadelmeyer. Now I have a substitution coming in. Cole Cunningham, freshman. And pretty much the underclassmen will see play here. All the starters are just kind of taking the afternoon off and enjoying the festivities. Quinn Richards hasn't had a lot of business in his coming in his direction the last minute or so. Another substitution in for the Falcons is Cooper Rich. We've called him a couple of times today. Ethan Howell, sophomore out of Milton, Vermont. I just want to see somebody score that hasn't scored at this point. I mean, how about right there? Nope, that's going to go a little wide left. Turnover. Detroit Mercy will highest amount of goals for Air Force this year. Nice pick. Oh, he had the ball and then he dropped it. Well, good defensive play by number 27, Mitchell Grunwald, who also has a goal. And finally, at long last, the Titans score a goal.
Assist to number 24, Chase Madu.
And I believe the goal was scored by Luke Majic, which gives him the hat trick, by the way, for what that's worth.
Falcons, number 54, Nolan Parlett.
Well, that just got a cheer as we have another change in goal for the Falcons, and that'll be number 54, Nolan Parlett. He's a fourth classman from Florida, Pontevedra. Third goalie that the Falcons have used. First time I think we've seen him this year. His initial appearance in 2023. Briggs. Joey Matheson. By the way, that goal by Detroit Mercy stopped an 18-goal run by Air Force. 18-goal run. Everybody trying to direct the traffic out there. There's a shot, and it's bounced. Follow shot. There's a ground ball in front of the net. This ought to be wild and nut and crazy. Ground ball picked up by Air Force. And 8 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Samuel Gee off to number 20, Joey Matheson. And there's a save. They scramble. And it's going to be Detroit Mercy's ball, I do believe. Tyler Hart picking it up for Detroit Mercy. Falcons had 12 goals in the first half. They've got 10 here in the second. With 1:47 left to go. Richards can't get this one, and it looks like it was
Goal by number 9, Ryan Burney.
number 9, Ryan Burney with the goal. I think they actually have a 2-goal run.
Timeout is called by the Falcons.
And we're going to get a timeout called as you see the time remaining. Falcons rolling 22-6. You're watching Air Force Lacrosse. This is Falcon Vision. Marcus Rodriguez, our sports information director for lacrosse here at the United States Air Force Academy. Last time the Falcons had 20-plus goals, 2019 against Mercer. Falcons 22 on the day, but folks, Detroit Mercy has scored the last 2. We have an upset. They actually did have the lead early in this game. They scored the first goal of the match, as a matter of fact. So it's time to tune it up for Jacksonville next weekend in the Sunshine State. Just kill off the last 69 seconds of this one. As we mentioned, the Falcons will go 8-5 on the year, which will guarantee them a winning season as far as the regular season goes. And hopefully they can keep that momentum going. Only 2 games, only one more home game left on the schedule. That'll be against Robert Morris, and I think we have a goal.
Titans goal by number 22, Zach Snyder.
Schneider with a goal for the. They've now scored the last 3. Falcons with a 12-goal first half, 10-goal second half. And for all intents and purposes, and that is it. Here's your final score, 22-7 in favor of Air Force. Falcons now go 8-5 in the year, 5-2 in conference play. And for Detroit Mercy, they are 2-9 and 2-3 in conference play. We'll have the post game coming up. Our player of the game. That's all coming your way next. You're watching Air Force Lacrosse. This is Falcon Vision. So the Falcons roll by the score of 22-7 over Detroit Mercy. I'm joined now by Tommy Hellman, one of the tri-captains of this Air Force Academy lacrosse team. And Tommy, I've got to ask you, what a performance today. You've been on the road for 2 weeks, and you come back to the friendly confines. I hate to use that phrase. It always reminds me of Wrigley Field. But you come out, a big win tonight. How huge was this today?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. Great to get one at home here and defend home field. Offense played great. Defense picked them up when we needed to, so it was an awesome team win.
What can you say? I know Brandon Dodd gets most of the headlines, but he had some great support today.
Yeah, I mean, he was great. We've been counting on him all year, and a couple goals here in transition, and he's been great for us all year, so I can't say enough good things about him.
Well, you had 3 players that had hat tricks. Brandon, I think, had a 6-goal day today, and he had a career-high 10 points. But you had a little bit of help from his friends as well. And with this kind of scoring, Tommy, you've got 2 games left. You got Jacksonville next week. That's got to make you feel good that they can't key on number 45 all the time.
Totally, yeah. I mean, Brandon had a great day. So did Matt Rubino, Aiden Tolan. They all stepped up huge for us. Same with Jason here. Made a couple great saves. So, felt great about today.
How much better can you get? You're 8-5, 2 more games left to go. How much better can you get?
I mean, yeah, just our goals are to play our best lacrosse in May, and just a total team performance is what we're looking for. So, I mean, I think we totally all our goals are in front of us, and so we can totally play better lacrosse as the season goes on.
Jacksonville next week, how big? You know where they are in the standings. I think in the preseason, they were predicted to finish second behind Utah. That has come to fruition. But right now you have to kind of take care of your house. You're currently in 3rd place and in playoff position. And I guess next week, almost like a prelude to the tournament, I guess, in some ways. Or is that putting the cart before the horse? It's a little too early to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, we're just focused on Jacksonville and the next opponent in front of us. So don't want to look too far ahead, and looking forward to that matchup. So, I mean, I know it'll be great.
Well, I'll tell you what, it has been quite the year for the Falcons, and hopefully there will be a lot more lacrosse to play after you play Robert Morris in a couple of weeks. Hopefully you're going to Moon Township, Pennsylvania, right outside of Pittsburgh. And Tom, it's been a great year. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Go get them.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Tommy Hellman, our special post-game guest, as the Falcons roll today by the score of 22-7. We'll take a look at maybe some final numbers. Actually, we won't. We will just tell you that in 2 weeks, Robert Morris comes to town. That'll be our final home broadcast of the 2023 season. So for our entire Falcon Vision crew, I'm Jeffrey Orman, bidding you a very pleasant good afternoon from the United States Air Force Academy. Tommy, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a pleasure meeting you. Go get him.